Tavern, Love Street.
Say hi.
So we just got off the train, walking through this door. We got on the train. What country were we in?
We were in England.
And now we got off the train and we're in Wales. So in a whole nother country. We did not expect to be here today.
Nope.
It was spontaneous. The other day I Googled, mapped it, and I was like, oh wait, Wales is right there by Liverpool. So let's just go for the day trip.
Let's just go. I'm like, okay.
Hour and 45 minutes. And we're in a whole new country that we did not plan.
I didn't expect them to, honestly, to speak Welsh like everywhere. Even the train, all the like
writing, and it's still, they speak a lot of English, but because it's a smaller country, they like to keep the roots, especially in the smaller cities.
Yeah.
This is not a big city, so they mainly speak in Welsh. But we're hungry now, so let's go eat first before exploring. So found this castle, and this is what I wanted to come to in Wales, because it's a pretty dope castle. It's like 20% of a castle left, but apparently like this area was founded way back, even though that sign over there says 1277. But it talked about like just fishermen coming to this area, and then right here it says that the first real industries was the Romans in 40 AD.
Dang.
Smelting lead over here, so to make weapons, I'm guessing. So I think I've said this before, but I'm like really big into history and war stuff. And the crazy thing about this is like that sign back there said this was made in 1277. This city in this area actually existed way before that, but it was under Wales control. 1277 is when England took control after there was disagreements between the two friendly kings. And then England decided to just invade, capture it, and make it a English city because it's on the port and it's easy access to England. And so they did that. But the crazy thing is this city only lasted for like 14, 17 years. So 1280 is when they started building this castle to help with the reinforcements and the control of the city. But 1294 was when the king that was here, the person that was in charge of this area, his cousin went to go take the rule of it. And then there's a lot of other disagreements that happen between the shifting of kings between there. And then rather than giving this over to the people who wanted to conquer the area, they decided just to burn the city down, burn the town down, burn the castle, which is why all across the city, even here, you see these are ruins. These aren't full-fledged intact castles. It's because they didn't want to give people food and shelter. So 14 to 17 years, and you know how much time, how much people, how much money it takes to build castles and cities, and they just let it go after 14 years.
Kenny's all the way up there. Say hi. Is it scary?
It's high. Who came to Wales to explore a castle just for 30 minutes?
The Blasian travelers. Look at all those pigeons.
Last thing I expected to see here is an Aldi's.
Of course, we picked up some snacks from Aldi's to enjoy on our last day in Liverpool.
How's yours?
Divine. I'm gonna try this. Fish and chips. Is it vinegar or malt?
I have no clue. I think it's malt vinegar. It's good? Right now I'm walking in the back alleys of Liverpool, and I can say it's definitely not as lively as it was during St. Patrick's Day, but for it being 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it is still pretty lively. Right now I'm walking to a famous spot I'm not even a big fan of their music, but since I'm here, I have to go. Not saying I don't like their music, it's just I haven't listened to it too much. Right, so we're making our way to the cavern, which is where the Beatles premiered. So this is the famous street, the Cavern Club Street. And Beatles had such an impact that this whole quarter, so not just this street, is called the Cavern Quarter. So it changed the landscape of the city pretty much. So I'm basically squeezing through this alley right now because there's a car, but this is the historic wall here of famous artists and bands that have played here. But pretty much, like I said, they own this quarter. There's a pub, a restaurant, there's a pub, restaurant, there's a cavern. There's 3 things there, and they're pretty big actually. So many people here coming to take photos with the statues, with the walls, with the restaurants. To go inside, it only costs £5, which is going to be, was that $6.80 or something like that, US dollar at the time I'm filming this video. And you can go inside, visit the venue and stuff, obviously pay for drinks, or you can get an all-day VIP pass, which means you get to come in and out as many times as you want in a day, and that's £7. So about, what's that, $9? So right now I'm in this little area right here, about 3 minutes walk from the Cavern Quarter. It's where the Nelson Monument. The only reason I know what this is because I had saved it on my Google Maps, but didn't think I was gonna make it, so I unsaved it. But here we are. There's this historic, I think, town hall building right behind me. There's so many statues here about the war, but I don't know which war it's referencing because it just mentions people dying in the war. So I don't know if it's World War II, one of the more local wars, or what. But yeah, so if you know, let me know in the comments. I spoke too soon. It's the Great War of 1914, and then also the World War II, which some of these statues are for different wars, but some of them are for both. And it's just recognizing the people who have died for the country. Kat is getting some work done right now, so she isn't here with me recording, but as you can see, I have my bags with me. I've had my bags for the last 2 hours or so because after we finish eating, we are going to catch our bus to London. And so I'm just exploring the city some more, just past the famous Liver building, or Liver building, I should say, which you would know because it has the storks on top. I believe those are storks, some type of stork-looking bird on top. And there's 2 twin towers with peaks, and then also the clocks on them as well. But right now, I just came from the Titanic memorial, and I wasn't even thinking that the Titanic was made here. And Liverpool is a city that was the home of the company that actually owned the Titanic, where many of the workers and passengers came from, and it was on its way from Belfast to Halifax and New York. So there's dedications around the city because the company that made it is from this city, and it bared the name Liverpool on its stern. So on the boat, they shouted out Liverpool. So I actually went the wrong way, but it's right by the cruise terminal, which makes sense because it's honoring the engineers who died. Because people don't realize is that yes, a lot of the passengers died, but the crew members, a lot of them risked their life to keep the boat afloat as long as possible, to keep the electricity flowing and everything. And all 244 crew members that were from Liverpool stayed in their positions and unfortunately sank with the boat. But it's a good little history. So we got the Beatles, we got the Titanic, and let's see what else we have. And by the way, I'm at the Marina Pier area, so that is where I'm concluding my stay here at Liverpool and everything over here. Obviously there's a lot of museums there because we're still in England, but I don't know how I feel about this one. Like, International Slavery Museum, like, I get it, you want to educate the people about what happened in your country, but I don't know. So I just stepped out the rural, but it's a cute little spot. It has a lot of restaurants there, a lot of different like stores, and then there's a little pier. Pretty sure there's outside seating, so you can just enjoy the breeze from the pier, or the docks, I should say. And then yeah, but right now I'm about to go meet up with Kat, so we can get going.
To London to meet up with some of our other friends. Watch us enjoy our last day in England by clicking here. Thank you.